Welcome back, everyone, to the topic of the week. And the topic of the week this week is love addiction. So I like to talk about addiction because of my background story, but a lot of things that happen when we stop using a certain substance and we don't fully heal the subconscious reasons for why we became a drug addict, an alcoholic, a shopaholic, a sex addict, and so on, is that we shift our addiction to something or someone else. So most of the time we get this feeling that we aren't worthy. We are unwanted. We have a fear of abandonment. And when you have a fear of abandonment or a fear of rejection, you tend to want to fill that with something. So if you look at maybe your own life or those of people that you know that are addicts, you will see that the relationship is very much reflected in their addictive behavior as well. So we can become addicted to another person, and that negatively impacts our lives. Why do we become addicted to people? Why do we not believe that we can be our own source of love, of faith, of happiness, of peace, of joy, and then also find someone that we can share this peace, joy, balance, and self-love with? Because if you don't fully love yourself, if you feel there is a lack of self-worth, you are not worth it, you don't deserve it, you are so fearful of being alone, then you're going to attract someone that is going to sort of mirror this kind of behavior, and it won't be a healthy relationship. So let's go back. Let's find out what are some of the causes. What could be some of the causes for developing this codependent love addiction? So when I say love addiction, this could mean someone that likes to have a lot of relationships simultaneously. This can be someone that has very short-term relationships and then gets bored because you've gotten all the validation and approval and self-worth and self-esteem that you lack. So you're getting that from another person. The sex, the attention, the texting, the constant dopamine rushes that you get from this relationship, right? Once that kind of fizzles out, it's like, I better move on to someone else. And then also you stop yourself from fully opening up, fully becoming vulnerable for that person to really see who you truly are. Most of the time we don't really know who we are. And then there's the other type of relationship that are long lasting, where there is complete codependency. I need my husband to do this. I need my wife to do this. It has to. This isn't healthy. We should both be individuals. My husband, my wife, my girlfriend, it doesn't matter what sexual orientation you are. There should be a balance. We shouldn't need someone else. I'd love to be with you. I'd like to be with you. I enjoy your company. It brings me light. But I also feel light and happiness and peace when I'm all by myself. And a lot of people, you may be one of them, you may not, that don't like to be with themselves. They get bored. Boredom. That's a great one for wanting to find something to fill yourself up with. I'm bored, I need to do something. I'm bored, I need to go to work. I'm bored, I need to go and have a drink. I'm bored, I'm going to go and text my ex-boyfriend that I haven't spoken to in 5 years just to get some attention, just to fill up my day. So let's go back before I go off on another tangent, which you know that I like to do. So let's go back to some of the causes. Why do people develop codependent behaviors? And codependent behaviors, love addiction, it's very much in the same category. So if we give an example, a hypothetical example of a client. This client will come to me for an addiction to love. What do they want? Let's ask this first question. What do you actually want from this other person? So you as a client, you constantly are seeking. What are you seeking? I am seeking approval. I am seeking validation. I am seeking someone to tell me I'm beautiful, I'm sexy, someone to give me compliments, someone to make me feel good, someone to fill my time up when I feel lonely. So these are all unhealthy ways to have a relationship, right? So one of the causes could be that that person doesn't feel worthy. That person doesn't have any self-esteem, that person feels like they aren't good enough. that them as themselves aren't enough, so they need someone else to tell them that they are enough so they can believe it, but they'll never believe it and they'll always need more. It's very tiring to have that kind of relationship because you're both exhausting yourself by trying to give the other person something that they'll never fully believe. Because, and I give this example a lot, there are top models out there with anorexia, bulimia, with so many different issues. They are the most beautiful women on this planet. They're rated top 100 of the world, and they still don't believe that they are enough. So it doesn't matter how many people, who tells you, even if the president of wherever, the king or queen, your most loved celebrity tells you that you are good enough and you are beautiful and you are smart enough, if you don't really fully believe that, then that won't make any difference. So that's why it is vital for you to believe and truly have this habit of loving yourself, that everything aligns with your self-worth, and that you're great at setting boundaries. So all of these things are important to have a healthy, balanced relationship. So let's go back to our hypothetical client. Our hypothetical client may have had two parents that were very loving, because I like to give examples of sometimes not people that have had traumatic upbringings, because not everyone has, right? So I want you to be able to identify with what I'm saying. So let's imagine that this hypothetical client had two parents that were very loving, and this client thought that they had a great relationship. But at school, they got bullied at times, or at school, they got compared, or some of the other students said something that wasn't very nice to them. And in that moment, in this memory, when they were 7 years old and they were in class and they felt compared, or the teacher made a snide comment about their response to a question, they were feeling not good enough. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm a moron. I'm so ashamed. I'm so embarrassed. I'm being rejected by my teacher, who's meant to be my guardian, my guide, and the students who are sort of all agreeing. And so I am alone. And when I am alone, I feel small, I feel unworthy, and so on. Just from one memory, one scene. It doesn't matter if they had this child had a great relationship with their parents, right? That imprint is still there. And now this wound is there. And when we believe something, we want to confirm it. So as life goes on, the weeks, the months, the years, they develop, you continuously attract things into your life, situations, people, places, and things that are similar to this belief. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. People reject me, because that's what happened when I was 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old. And then they continually have these kind of experiences where it's basically confirmed to them that they aren't good enough. As you get older, you then seek out relationships where again this is reflected, and so on. So what we do in what I do in a hypnotherapy session, in an RTT session, is go back to the root cause of why do you have this love addiction? What is it that this other person is giving you that you think you don't have? Because I have to tell you something. You are your own source of love. You should be. You should be your own best friend. Of course, you should have friends as well. It'd be nice to have a partner to celebrate life with, to be grateful for everything that you have. But in reality, you should be very comfortable and happy and peaceful to be with yourself. So that's what we want to get to in this RTT hypnosis session, is find the root cause. Really unpeel that onion, go down and down and down. Then end any negative limiting belief that was imprinted, then ingrain new ones, speak to your inner child, and really tell that child what it needs to hear, that you are not that child anymore. You're not a child anymore. You're a grown-up, and you know your truth now. You are worthy. You are loved. You are valuable. You deserve a beautiful relationship. You deserve internal peace at all times, and you are your own source of love. So if you'd like to know more, please go to my website, leliahypnosis.com. Have a look at some of the testimonials. They are wonderful. And get in touch with me. Book your free call and we can have a chat. It's free, and then we can see how I can help you. All my love. Have a wonderful day.